Karen Della from Chartall Business College, and I'm with Joanne Straden from JAS Realty. Joanne's passionate about training real estate agents, and she's been doing it for some 20 years now. And I've invited her into the studio to just give us a very quick overview of what the Intern Logbook is all about. Joanne, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thanks. Hello, Karen.
Okay, the interns come into our office and they say to me, this logbook, what's it all about and why must I do it? Can you just give us a quick overview?
Okay, so basically we know by now that there's new education regulations and that an intern will have to, for the first 12 months, work under the supervision of a principal, and the intern must complete all his workplace activities in a logbook that he's going to submit to the Estate Agent Affairs Board. There's also certain restrictions that an intern must disclose that he is an intern, except for printed media.
So that's when the intern is dealing with members of the public.
That's
correct.
To say,
I'm an intern.
Yes, especially if they ask whether they are registered with a board, they have to show or indicate that they are still in the learning, in the new phase of real estate.
So does this mean that there are also restrictions on what contracts they can sign?
That's 100%. They're not allowed to sign mandates, any legislative mandates or formal contracts offered to purchase without the supervision of a principal or a full status agent with a minimum of 3 years experience. The logbook is different from the portfolio of evidence for the qualification. The one is the logbook is literally your practical workplace experience that it's going to showcase for your first year.
Whereas the portfolio of evidence is what you submit to an academic provider.
That's the academic assignments that you're going to complete. That's correct.
So you're talking about the principal and the intern here. So obviously both of them have responsibilities when it comes to the completion of this logbook.
That's correct, yes. There's a contract between both parties. It forms part of the logbook that must be signed and put in front of your logbook. And the intern basically needs to serve honestly for a minimum of 12 months. And the principal needs to coach, guide, mentor, teach, and give the opportunity for the intern to learn and guide them through the first month. And obviously the commitment from both sides is going to ensure the success of this project. And the ideal is that the intern starts with a certain agency and complete his internship with that same agency.
Okay, so let's just drill down specifically. What are the responsibilities of that principal? You said it can be a principal or a registered estate agent with at least 3 years experience.
Yeah,
either of them can mentor.
That's correct, that they are referred to as a mentor. So the principal or mentor obviously also needs to know the logbook requirements. They need to meet with the intern regularly to plan activities. That can be part of your weekly or your bi-weekly office meetings anyway. They need to provide the intern with opportunities to learn or send them on training if they're not if they're not knowledgeable self on a specific topic. They need to sign off projects and templates in the logbook and certain activities. They need to complete monthly appraisal reports to show that they've assisted and grown and guided the intern over the year, and then obviously sign off all the documents in the logbook before the submission.
Okay, so the Estate Agents Affairs Board has a prescribed template, and then the principal and the agent just work through this template.
The template, that's correct. That's your guidance.
So Joanne, I guess that a principal is going to invest the time and effort in a new agent so that he can grow his own business.
That's
so
100%.
That he can have staff who do things the way that he would want them done.
That's 100%, yes.
So it's an opportunity to grow people in your own image so that you can develop.
Definitely. As the saying of Richard Branson, to train people well enough so that they can leave, but treat them good enough so that they will stay.
It's interesting. So what must the intern do in this logbook process?
Okay, so the responsibilities on the intern side is basically, there's a lot of information. There's a template and it tells us what the board wants us to submit in the logbook. There's certain projects that he needs to complete. It's literally all his workplace tasks that he needs to portray and put examples of that in his logbook, file all of that. He needs to attend meetings and training. He needs to meet with his principal on a regular basis, weekly ideally, but at least monthly. Ensure that the principal signs off all the templates and the workplace experience that he's placing in his logbook, and then obviously submit the logbook to the Estate Agent Affairs Board after the the practical year.
So in an ideal world, principal intern meet weekly, at least monthly. They work on all projects, and you're going to tell us about the projects in a minute.
Yeah, we look at that.
They structure the template, and at the end of the year, the intern takes it to the Estate Agents Affairs Board, who ticks a box.
That's 100%.
Okay, let's have a look at some of the workplace experience that the intern will be exposed to.
So there are 10 aspects that they refer to that is crucial for a new intern agent to be introduced to. So basically they talk about an introduction towards the real estate industry, your office induction and industry induction. The workplace experience refers anything from code of conduct, the Estate Agents Act, real estate product and service, the legal environment, the financial environment, marketing, selling and leasing of properties, administration, learning to manage yourself as an estate agent, proper time management, and then the paralegal ends off by saying that an agent is basically, he understands the economic climate, he understands how to interpret statistics, and he's fit and proper to operate as an estate agent at the end of this 10-12 months project.
Okay, so typically a principal should be doing those things with interns anyway.
That's
so it's
correct.
just about guiding them in the right
That's
way
100%.
of doing things.
Yes, that's 100%.
And then linked with each of these, there are suggested projects.
There are suggested projects. They want us to put all of these projects in our logbook. And again, if we can just quickly look at those, they refer to a presentation on product knowledge. They refer to an agent should understand the outline of a business plan and the purpose of a business plan. How to develop a marketing plan towards a specific property. There are some projects that focus on how to compile an individual plan, meaning how to manage yourself to reach your own personal goals. That ties in with your work-related goals. There are also projects on policies and procedures, legislation. There's a project on the financial aspects of real estate and all the bank's regulations. There's also a project on all the conveyances that's involved and the whole bond registration process, and then also a project on the code of conduct, which is crucial for estate agents to follow.
Now, I work on the academic side mainly, and a lot of those topics are very, very familiar to me.
Yes, that's right.
So there seems to be quite a strong link between the academic portfolio of evidence that somebody needs
That's
to complete
correct.
for the qualification and the logbook.
As well as the logbook. There's a lot of relevance, and that's the good part is some of the templates or workplace experience that the agent has done during his internship can also be used for his academic qualification and the other way around.
Okay. All right. So the intern agent is working on, yes, the formal qualification, yes, the logbook, but they dovetail.
That's 100%.
So on the Estate Agents Affairs Board website, they can download the logbook template. What does the typical completed logbook then consist of?
Okay, so it basically indicates that there's a contract between the parties, the intern and the principal or mentor that's going to guide the intern through this first year. There's an admin section that tells us you exactly what you need to submit, declaration on the principal as well as the intern side to prove that it's his own work. There are certain proof that you've attended training, meetings, one-on-one training if it was necessary, performance appraisals from the principal's side, all the registers, timesheets, log sheets, listings, all the practical workplace experience that you can put into your logbook signed off by your principal. Then obviously also some proof that you've undergone some form of introduction towards the real estate industry, and then all the 10 projects that they refer to in their logbook and naturally occurring evidence as supportive documents. And then it must be certified, you must be certified by the principal at the end that you are fit and proper to operate as a full status agent in the industry. And then there's a confidential questionnaire that they refer to that they would like the agents to complete to get some feedback, gives feedback to the board.
So there's no difference really between this kind of internship and logbook and the kind of internship that a doctor may do or an attorney may do.
It's exactly. There's an academic qualification, but because our industry is so practical relevant, they have to undergo a practical workplace internship for the year to experience the workplace.
And the logbook documents that,
yes,
so that somebody can say, yes, it's been done, and great, you can go on to the next step.
And I was coached and mentored by a mentor or a principal to guide me through the year. That's 100%.
Joanne, thank you very much for coming in and sharing your insights with us.
I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.